Hi, Arvis. Thanks for taking the time to meet with me today. I
Thank
know
you.
we've been talking for a long time about what we can do as far as helping out with newspaper advertising, but I'm going to tell you about some things today that are brand new for LA Times Media Group that maybe you didn't know that we could do.
Excellent.
As far as audience targeting and audience solutions. So I'm going to take you through a short deck here,
Okay.
and basically what it talks about is our full expansive suite of products that we have available to you as an advertiser. So, you know, kind of simplifying it, we basically break things into three buckets here. One is what you've been used to us being able to do for you, which is getting the word out about your business. We've traditionally done that through newspaper. You're aware of LATimes.com, but we have actually access to almost every potential consumer in Southern California and a very highly targeted capability of reaching those people. So that's getting the word out. We also now have the ability to help you be found and be seen when people are looking for your type of product or service. Old days it used to be go to the yellow pages, you run a full page ad. Now it's all about online. We can help you be found and be seen when people are looking for your type of cars that you sell online. And then the third part of it is whether you're doing anything actively to get the word out about your business or to be found and be seen, people are still talking about your business online through social media, through review sites, things like that. We can help you manage that conversation as well.
Sounds exciting.
So first off, I just wanted to talk to you about how we have access to this audience. Number one, you may or may not know, but LATimes.com by far is the most dominant local media website in Southern California. As you can see here, we reach about 20% of every adult consumer in Southern California each month. And compared to anybody else in the marketplace, the next nearest competitor to this is the entire LA newspaper group. If you take all 9 of their websites combined, we still reach about 3 times as many consumers as those newspaper websites
That's
combined.
impressive.
And then below that is CBS Los Angeles as far as local news, news or information websites. They reach about 5% of the marketplace. So compared to that next single most dominant local media website, we reach 4 times as many users. And you know, the other thing about our, the other thing I wanted to cover here too is that the reach is far greater than any of the endemic auto sites that you're familiar with, things like Autotrader.com, Edmunds.com. The leader among those is Autotrader.com, and it's not true because Cars.com is very important too. Okay. No, yeah, well, we can edit that out. So the other thing that's really important is with this vast reach of audience on LATimes.com is the likelihood of these people to be great targeted car shoppers for you. Our LA Times readers are 28% more likely to want to purchase a vehicle in the next 12 months. They're almost 3 times as likely to spend $35,000 or more on their next vehicle, and they're 20% more likely to use a dealership for financing, and 31% more likely to use a dealership for servicing. So these are good quality auto prospects that you want to be reaching. So aside from LATimes.com, yes, we reach 1 out of every 5 adult consumers in the marketplace. Great foundation of audience, but there's 80% more people out there that we can reach in the marketplace as well. We have by far the strongest extended reach program in the marketplace. Basically, we have access to audiences across a spectrum of brand safe websites, and by brand safe, I mean websites that are original content, there's no blogs, there's no questionable content type websites, and these are just a sampling of some of the websites, and you probably recognize the names of most of these. In terms of news and information sites, things like CNN.com, ABCsnews.com, some of the leading entertainment websites, sports websites, business websites, family and lifestyle, men, women, and general audience sites like Dictionary.com. I mean, there's such a vast pool of audience here that now with all these potential consumers, we can now further define audiences by not just geographic targeting, but demographic targeting and behavioral targeting, which we'll talk about next. So first off, I just wanted to define for you who your target customer is. I brought a map, and I know we've talked in terms of the LA Times Valley Zone, and I know that Mercedes-Benz of Encino obviously is looking for, you're in the valley. But I was wondering if you could just kind of circle the areas that are of most interest to you in terms of targeting customers.
I got to tell you, Earl, this is a first. But we just got into the new M430, so we're looking for moms, soccer moms and things like that. And we definitely want to do a radius around our location here in Encino. We'd love to hit this 405 corridor, maybe tap into Beverly Hills area, Glendale. We'll probably go like a 15-mile radius from our location, so we may hit some up in the valley as well. So if we could do that, this would be great to push that new model car.
So let me ask you, when you're talking about the San Fernando Valley, you've got the Ventura Boulevard corridor, it's Woodland Hills, Sherman Oaks, sort of the higher end consumer. As you get into the middle of the valley, sometimes the demographics and targeting is a little bit different. I know Porter Ranch up in Northridge is good.
Correct.
Are you looking at the whole valley, 15-mile radius, or beyond the radiuses, what are you looking at in terms of income and demographics?
Wow, so I can cherry pick like that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We can do that.
Well, I'm looking anywhere household income 150,000 plus. Families are great for that particular model. Like I said, if we could tap into Porter Ranch and then there's some gaps in between there, if I could hit these, 4 or 5 zip codes, that would be perfect for me.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, we can target specifically a zip code when it comes to online digital display. And with
Excellent.
some of the mobile things that we can do, we can actually even get more granular in terms of geofencing around locations, which is something really interesting for you in terms of maybe targeting customers who've been on one of your competitors' lots. We can
Wow.
actually target specifically to those guys as well.
That's exciting.
So let's talk about that. So yeah, we can target specifically to that Ventura Boulevard corridor, talk about the Beverly Hills, Pacific Palisades, kind of the high-end 405 corridor, and then cherry pick specific zip codes within the San Fernando Valley area as well.
Excellent.
So the way we do this is through a combination of different targeting tactics. We talked about geo-targeting as one. Then we get into things like demographic and behavioral targeting. So with demographic targeting, we can certainly hit that 150,000 plus household income you talked about. If you're looking for soccer moms with kids, we can certainly target that demographic as well.
Definitely those.
And you're obviously looking for people who are in the market for a car as well. We have the ability to contextually target information. Obviously on LATimes.com, we've got an auto section that we can target advertising to. Those are people interested in information about cars. But on our extended reach network, we can actually tap in using keywords to things like people are looking for information about a new Mercedes-Benz or a luxury car, or basically car shopping in general. We can target to them based on the kind of content that they're looking for online.
Could I build something around my pre-owned inventory and really target those and just have pre-owned coming in and then change that demographics and maybe make it 80,000 plus to 100,000?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can run different segments of your campaign targeted to different consumers and different segments. Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah. So just to add a little bit more light to that, so with behavioral targeting, this is essentially using third-party cookied information that people have on their computers that shows what kind of recent purchases they may have made, what kind of things that they're looking for through content online. We have that information that's cookied on their computer, and if we can identify somebody who hits a certain age or income demographic, and we know they're actively looking for a car, we can serve advertising to them. This isn't based on the type of site they're looking at, this is based on the type of consumer they are. So we may identify, here's a age 35 to 54-year-old male who's looking for a high-end luxury car. He's got 150,000 plus household income. He might be looking at a sports site or a food site for that matter, but we know who he is, so we'll serve advertising based on that individual consumer.
Wow,
Okay.
that's exciting.
Category targeting is just the opposite. That's the type of category content that people are looking at. This is similar to contextual targeting, but this is based on the type of site. So we can serve advertising specifically to car sites. We can serve ads on automotive sites and or sports sites, or depending on the demographic target that you're looking for.
Okay.
This is based on the type of site. Keyword search retargeting is basically taking data on what sort of things people have been searching for on various sites, various search engines. So for this example, we know that we're targeting people who are looking for Ford Fusion, hybrid, eco-friendly, a type of vehicle, low emissions. And if they're looking for these types of keywords, we know what they look for and we can serve advertising against that.
So I just got a whole fleet of new hybrids in. I could build this campaign and target, use new Mercedes, and I can target eco-friendly, low emissions and things like that, because I need to move those off my lot as
Correct.
well. And I could do this with keyword targeting.
Correct.
That's exciting. I didn't know you guys could do that.
We can. So another tactic we use is contextual targeting, and this is not based on specifically keywords, but we match keywords up against content that are on websites, including LATimes.com or others. So we can say people looking for luxury automakers seeking to add affordable models was the keywords that were within this page, but we're looking for luxury auto, people looking for content about luxury automobiles, then we can serve advertising against that.
Excellent.
We can also look at device-specific targeting, so we can target specifically to tablets. Those tend to be looked at more in a leisurely mode at home, during the weekends, during the evenings, so you've got a very engaged user. And certainly mobile people on the go on phones. 35% of our traffic to LATimes.com is happening on phones right now, so capturing that audience is very, very important. Running an ad campaign on LATimes.com, because of our responsive design site, which I showed you recently, basically if you run an ad on LATimes.com, people will see it across all types of devices. But if you specifically want to reach people on a mobile device, we can do that for you, and we can target even more granularly than even zip code.
Wow.
What I was talking about earlier is we can actually geo-fence around certain locations or retarget to people based on where they've been. So we could, for example, say anybody who's visited a car dealership within the last 30 days in Southern California 2 or 3 times, we can target advertising to them based on their prior activities and serve to mobile devices your advertising, because you
Wow.
know they're in the market for a car. Pretty exciting stuff.
That's exciting. I can kind of hijack my competitors' audience.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I like that.
And then the other channel that we can target this messaging through is ad mail, so we can reach people through their email as well. These are targeted ad mails. They're completely double opted in databases of consumers that we have. And again, we have the ability to target by geography, by demographic, and even by behavior. We can kind of find car intenders within the radiuses that we talked about earlier and deploy ad mail campaigns. We guarantee a 10% open rate on these ad mails, and these have been really efficient. Some car dealers run multiple ad mails per month with us
Wow.
now.
10% open rate.
Yeah.
I like that. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. So this leads us into, now that hopefully we've identified for you that we can reach your target audience, the next thing that we want to talk about is once we found this audience, now how do we message to them? As you can see through the ad mails, traditionally you do search and you do cars.com with us, and you do when people are trying to find your type of products or your types of vehicles, but the getting the word out about you're having a big Labor Day tent sale, or you've got an APR finance offer going on right now, that's the kind of getting the word out. This is very price item oriented advertising, and in often cases we've found that retailers of all kinds find it a little bit challenging to figure out how can I get this big message with all this detail, all this co-op support into a little leaderboard or a cube on a
Right.
website. We've really cracked the code on that recently, where we're really talking about messaging that gets beyond the banner, so to speak. So if you have a price item ad, yes, it can appear on LATimes.com in a great context of environment, and as you know, through our new responsive design site with all that extra white space, these ads really just pop out on these pages. But in addition to that, we're creating ads that actually, when scrolling over them, can expand out into a full page display ad that people can see, scroll up and
Wow.
down, make these interactive so they can click through from that ad into your inventory, into your website to learn more about what you do.
So I can drive traffic via this to my new inventory.
Correct.
To my pre-owned, if that's what I was doing
And we can
for a
set-
particular model that I'm trying to sell.
Right, we can set multiple links in here, so if you are featuring this particular vehicle, click on it, goes to that vehicle on your website, click here, goes to a different vehicle on your website. And we'll build this in an interactive way so that consumers know right away they can click on this to learn more about this vehicle,
Wow.
or learn more details about it. The other thing that we're doing is we're building these interactive display ads in such a way that they can appear as expansions of your ongoing media campaign on LATimes.com, but we can also build these as landing pages on LATimes.com in our new dealer special section of our marketplace. Our marketplace is going to have basically a landing page where you can search by brand, you can find out which dealers are having current specials, you can click through by new car inventory, used car inventory, and when you click through, you actually go to a full page display ad, interactive display ad. These pages are search engine optimized, they have mapping to your location, we can link up with links to your website, to your Facebook page, to your Twitter page. A lot of car dealers, I think you have a Pinterest page now.
Absolutely.
We can get people engaged with that. We can embed video in these pages as well. And basically, we can build out 2 different landing pages, one for new cars. This could be your current print ad that we digitize and add interactivity to, or we can build it specifically for the web. It's a digitally enhanced ad.
So I can take my weekly print ad that I'm doing.
Yep.
We can provide it for you guys, and you can drop it into this digital environment where it's interactive with my target audience.
Yep, I'll show you an example of it. We actually have a link here to one of the interactive display ads.
This is exciting stuff. I had no idea that the LA Times could do this.
So here's a Gaudi Honda ad. This is their standard print ad, but what we've done is we've overlaid this with more information. If you click on this Accord, up comes that Accord. This is all the scraped search engine optimized content from that ad. And if you click through on this, you go directly to the inventory on Gaudy Honda's site talking about that car, where you can explore more.
Wow, that is exciting.
So we can either build them from your existing print ad, if you don't have a print ad that week, or if you don't, some car dealers don't do print ads with us at all, we can build an interactive price item display ad featuring our new car specials. And then we can build a second page dedicated to their used car specials. With these pages, we can essentially, we check them every day, and if a car has sold out of your inventory that we're featuring on that used car page, we'll replace it, either based on your dictate as to what other replacement vehicle you want, or we'll pull another featured vehicle that's similar to it out of inventory and put it on that display ad page. Show you an example of what that looks like. So this is an example of an interactive used car ad, okay? So this is current inventory. Again, these things, this is display ad on steroids. These are ads where you can see different views of the same car. You can read all the details about that vehicle. Again, we can change these out. If they change on a daily basis because you've sold the inventory, we can replace it with another one, and all with click-throughs out to that inventory.
Now, my team would have to provide you with this information, or?
You can give us guidelines. If you want to give us 10 new vehicles every day and make sure we have those current vehicles on the website, great. If you just say, here's the 10 I want to feature this week, but keep an eye on it. If one of them sells, I want you to plug another another Mercedes car in that, of similar type, similar model in that place. We can do that as well.
That's excellent.
So that's our dealer showcase section. And then the other thing is, again, I alluded to it, but one of the real values of this program too is, aside from all the ability to target the audience, drive people to your weekly specials, having that landing page on latimes.com is extremely valuable to you from an SEO standpoint as well. People are searching for, actually in our current marketplace section, even before we've launched this dealer showcase environment, we looked at keywords that were leading people through organic search to latimes.com's marketplace. Probably more than half of those keywords or keyword terms had to do with looking for car ads.
Wow.
So as we build this content out, this is going to be a big part of what we do, is people finding content about your vehicles and our featured dealers on our showcase through organic search. The other thing we have, which I may have mentioned to you before, we have probably the best search engine marketing program in the marketplace. Times Plus Search offers you the ability to do pay-per-click search advertising in a highly managed fashion. The things that differentiate us here are, we only run on the top 3 top-tier search engines, Google, Bing, and Yahoo. We have professional campaign managers that build campaigns, ad groups, build the text ads that appear on Google, Bing, and Yahoo, and we have a behind-the-scenes bid management software technology called Kensho. Forrester Research named Kensho a year or so ago as the sole leader in bid management software for pay-per-click search. So what this does behind the scenes, it looks at what AdWords, what key phrases, what kinds of things are not only creating clicks but also creating conversions. And by conversions I mean people who call your phone number, people who spend time on your website after seeing that ad, and it's continually optimizing along with real human beings who behind the scenes watch these campaigns as well. And as the months go on, these campaigns just keep performing better and better and better. Even some of the leading search companies in this marketplace, that their sole thing is they focus on pay-per-click search, they don't have this technology behind it.
What's that called again?
It's called Kensho, and you can look them up. They're a nationally known bid management software program. So I hope I've proven to you that we have the ability to find your target audience, to serve advertising through channels that no one else has the ability to serve them through, and through some creative messaging that get beyond just the banners, but getting to more expansive price item display advertising, which has worked for you for years in the newspaper, but now we want to get that same sort of dynamic price item kind of advertising in front of people digitally as well, and in a modern way through all the technology that digital can provide to you.
Absolutely. A lot of information. I had no idea that the Times was steeped in the digital platform, and there's a lot of things that we've talked about internally about using digitally, and to know that you guys can provide that, and we've been using you guys for years for all of our print pieces. This is something that we definitely want to explore on the digital side as well.
Fantastic. So what kind of budget can I get from you to put together a proposal for a monthly campaign?
Well, I'm telling you, we're probably spending collectively now about $30,000 a month with you guys on the print side, and we're looking to probably increase our digital budget in that $15,000 to $20,000 a month range as well. And we were doing it piecemeal, going to different companies,
Yeah.
but now we know that you guys can do that. We'd love to see a proposal for anything 15 to 20,000 a month would be great with some of the things you talked about, especially the pay-per-click would be interesting. I like the dealer showcase. Email blast is definitely exciting as well, and the mobile with the geofencing sounds exciting too. It sounds a little creepy, but it sounds exciting
Yeah.
as well, so that would be something we'd love to see, Earl.
Got another idea where we might be able to find some money for you too.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're doing a little bit of TV advertising,
Absolutely.
and I know you're doing a little bit of local radio advertising as well.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, as we kind of talk through this, I'm sensing that you have very specific target audiences geographically that you're trying to target. Obviously, when you're buying LA radio or you're
Mhm.
buying local TV, certainly network TV, you can't really geo-target that, right?
It's a little tough.
Yeah, so, one thing about TV, I know that you still need to get your branding message out, you want people to see on TV, but have you considered video pre-roll online? Basically video
You all
streaming.
can do that as well?
Yeah, we have, again, through the Times Plus Extended Reach
Oh.
Network, we have access to expansive video pre-roll inventory. So what that means is, we have two different channels. One is, we have a video pre-roll network, so when people are looking at various news sites, entertainment sites, we can again geographically target to specific radiuses that we look at, and if somebody's on e-entertainment online, before they watch the video they came to see, they can see your 15-second
Wow.
TV commercial. We can stream that online. It's really important about doing this online as compared to doing it on TV is, I don't know if you've seen recent stats, I think we have them here. So when you look at TV, the consumption's changing. We know for a fact that of current people watching TV, 56% of people who have a DVR usually don't watch commercials. They're skipping through those commercials.
6%.
I heard a stat on PBS recently, or on NPR recently, where almost half the people watching TV don't watch it live anymore. So aside from sporting events and maybe some news, if you have a TV commercial on, you probably do it yourself. I do. If I record a show, I'm skipping through the
I
commercials.
remember the last commercial I've seen,
Exactly.
except for looking for my own.
You can't skip through a commercial
Wow.
on most pre-roll network sites that we're on. You have to watch the 15-second commercial to see what you're gonna see. So you've got a guaranteed audience there.
Wow.
The second channel we do have is YouTube TrueView. You've probably noticed if you've been to YouTube recently, almost all the videos have a skip button that you can skip through the commercial. With YouTube TrueView, you only pay for an impression when somebody watches your commercial all the way through. If somebody skips it, you don't pay for it. So you're guaranteed to get an impression there. So this is where we're getting a lot of interest from advertisers who run TV, they like the visual aspect of it, but they want to get it in front of people without people skipping. Digital delivery of online commercials is the way of the future as far as TV commercials go.
Can you use my current spots that I have?
Yeah, you have a 15-second spot, right?
Like 15,
15 and 30-second durations. We can run those through these networks.
That's interesting.
Then when you're talking about radio, you may know this, but essentially if you look at the readership of the LA Times on Sunday or during the week, we reach far more people than the top 10 radio stations combined in Southern California.
Wow.
And with digital, it's pretty much the same. We reach such an expansive audience here. The thing about radio that we're finding out more and more is that, here's a stat that's really, I think, compelling to me. New car vehicle intenders are 20% more likely than the average LA adult to have listened to a satellite radio station within the past week, which means a lot of these people aren't listening to terrestrial radio anymore, and they're not hearing commercials, certainly local commercials anymore. And so many people have MP3 players as well.
It's an interesting stat.
So yeah, what we can do is we can, obviously more precisely target your audience and help you with that skip issue, with people not hearing your ad on radio, skipping past your commercials. And when it comes to TV ads, we can deliver those digitally for you. So I'd like to include that in the proposal as well.
Absolutely, I'd love to see that.
So you're talking about 15 to 20,000 a month.
Right.
Okay, and what we'll do is we'll build an à la carte menu for you of all these various channel tactics that we can do, contextual, geofencing, mobily, maybe some video pre-roll, and we'll put those together. What we typically do is put together a campaign, we start deploying it, and we watch it. So it's not a set it and forget it type of thing with us. We'll start running that campaign, and as the weeks go on, as the months go on, we watch and see which ad creatives are working best for you, which audience channels are working best for you, and we'll make recommendations all the way along the way to keep enhancing and optimizing the performance of that campaign.
Excellent,
So
excellent.
this thing will just keep getting better and better as time goes on.
How about reporting?
Oh, yeah, no,
Do a
we'll,
lot of reporting?
yeah, we can send you, as far as LAtimes.com, we can send you weekly reporting on how the activity on your ads is going. The one thing I caution you about reporting is, a lot of people think, well, how many people are clicking on my ad?
Mhm.
Well, ultimately, if they see that you're having a big Labor Day tent sale, 1.7% APR financing, that may be enough. They may never click on your ad, but they've still seen your ad message. So click-throughs alone aren't the only measurement, but what we do notice is engagement. If somebody is clicking far more on an ad that's happening through one of our contextual channels than one of our audience targeting channels, then we know, okay, maybe that's a better targeting tactic for your type of message, and we'll make adjustments based on that. So it gives us good intel as far as how to optimize campaigns, but it's not the only measure of success.
Okay.
Obviously, the measure of success is you selling cars.
Right, people coming on the lot.
And then with our advanced, or our extended reach network, we offer reporting every 2 weeks, so you can
Okay.
see how that's performing as well.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
any other questions for me?
No, I'm excited to see what you guys come back with. We're always looking at ways to engage our audience, and, you know, print's been doing well for us for a long time, but we understand that, you know, the market has changed.
Yeah.
We just need to know how to change with it and grow our business. Like I said, if the more units I can move off the lot, the more advertising dollars I have to spend. So you help me move units, I can spend more with you.
Great. Now, well, as you've said, the landscape has changed. We're changing too. You've been a great customer for a lot of years. Want to keep you for a lot more years. So we're giving you the
Appreciate that.
best of what we have here.
Excellent.
And I'll get back to you next week with a
Sounds
full
great.
proposal. All right.
Thank you, Earl.
Thank you, Harvest.
Good seeing you.
It's good seeing you.